Orthodontist here. These are my tips for studying in dental school that helps me be at the top of my class and get into ortho residency. Okay, so number one is I would really plan out my day in my head and like do it to a T, to the point where honestly, even if I was like 10 minutes off, I'd be like in my head, like, oh no, I'm off track here. And that didn't mean that I was like not having fun or seeing my friends or seeing my family or, making time for me. But it just meant that like everything I did when I really mapped out my day had the goal in mind, like, okay, I need to study XYZ so I can prepare for this test in X amount of weeks or days. Now that's a skill that takes time to build. I would say at least took me 6 months in dental school to build that skill. Another thing I would do is I would share my notes with people. If they asked me or if they saw I was doing well in a class and wanted help, I would just give it to them. I see so many things about people like hoarding notes and stuff. I feel like my school wasn't like that, but maybe I was just asking nice people who would give me things. But the more you give, the more you receive in return, because people are human. Even if they want to hide things from you so they can beat you, at the end of the day, if you share things with them that help them do well, they're eventually going to share with you. And okay, people used to call me crazy for this, but this is the last one. So when I was studying for a test, either just throughout the whole time or the night before or the morning of, I would screenshot any slide or anything I thought was important. And instead of like taking a note and reading it, that's just because when I think about things, I think about where they are on a page. I don't think about them conceptually necessarily. I mean, I can conceptualize them, but when I'm like cramming for a test, I think about where they are in a specific like deck of cards or PowerPoint. So screenshot everything, and then I would go through all my screenshots like the hour before the test and just read over those. And 9 times out of 10, over half that stuff was on the test, and it was so important and helped me get like that extra few points. And so if you're like a very visual learner like that, where you like to remember things based at where they are on a page, then I highly recommend doing that. And I would have people come up to me and be like, oh my God, your laptop looks so messy, like all the screenshots. But I didn't care because I knew it was helping me. So that is like my number one trick, that if you do think that way, it is the best life hack. If you are okay with your laptop looking messy and not being like clean and organized, then do it, because I swear it saved me so much time and helped me go from like a B to an A pretty much every single time.